What's up, you guys? Deeksy here, repping the old Team Canada 2014 Sochi jersey as Team Canada gets off to a good start to the World Junior Tournament with a 5-2 victory over Finland. And we're also going to talk about Team Slovakia. Hello, Team Slovakia with a win over Czechia, and then Team USA with a win over Norway. And specifically, we're going to talk about 3 Montreal Canadiens prospects. Now, before we move forward, you're going to notice the format's changed. Today, I'm filming on the iPhone. Still on the same set, filming on the iPhone. I got to share the laptop today because I'm a good husband. And also, you're going to notice the microphone is not connected to the audio today. So it's going to seem like I'm yelling because I kind of am. I'm going to be kind of yelling today because the camera is a little further away, etc., etc. So just to point out the obvious. All right, guys? So thank you for tuning in for this episode, this really quick hit here talking about the Habs prospects that we all came to watch this morning. 3 games in a row, 1 Habs prospect in each game back-to-back from 6 a.m. this morning all the way till 1 o'clock this afternoon. And we start with highlight reel, the real deal, Filip Mesar, 2 assists in the game for Slovakia versus, 1 taker by the way. 2 assists for Filip Mesar versus Team Czechia today with a highlight reel assist. You saw him coming in on the blue line. You saw the move that Phil made. And to me, honestly, I would not be surprised, and this could be a bit of a long shot, but at the very least for the semifinals, to see Team Slovakia and Team USA. After watching Team USA today, I'll tell you that they're the most dangerous offensive team so far that I've watched in the World Juniors here. And I think Canada's in tough for the three-peat. I'm not going to lie to you. I think they're in a little bit tough, but not that it's impossible. I mean, we saw Celebrini, get his first goal of the tournament today. I'm going all over the place. Let's get back to the Habs prospects. So we talk about Filip Mesar having a 2-assist game for Team Slovakia, made some great defensive plays. He's good on the PK. He's good on the power play, getting the power play points again, and also getting a point near the end of the game with that beautiful assist. And you know what? Slovakia's got a lot to prove. They came close to upsetting Canada in the quarterfinals last year. So Filip Mesar himself has said that he doesn't belong in juniors, and he wants to prove why he doesn't belong there because maybe he's too good for it. Maybe it's a little cocky, right? But I like that Filip Mesar is trying to prove something here, and he knows himself with guys like Dalibor Dvorsky. I mean, a guy that I also got to see play in person. I've seen both Mesar and Dvorsky play in person. 2 talented Slovakians that are going to be helping lead the way for that team the rest of this World Junior Tournament. It's going to be fun to watch to see what they can do the rest of the way. So I'm looking forward to that. And the fact that Mesar, gets off to a great start against Team Czechia with the points and just showing that he's a dominant force on that Slovakian team. He's a leader. He's an impact player, and that's what we hope he will be long-term, is an impact player for the Montreal Canadiens, ladies and gentlemen. So we go to game number 2, and our boy Owen Beck is on what they call what did Jeff O'Neill actually call it? It was it's basically Owen Beck is on the most responsible line for Team Canada. He's winning face-offs. They called it, I gotta think of it. I want to think of it. I know it's 1 take here, but it's basically a 4th line that is trusted to be the most responsible. And frankly, they produced the first goal of the game. I mean, that's how you got to look at it. Is I'm not going to name every player off the top of my head. By the way, guys, I got the iPhone there where I actually reference for my game notes and player names. So forgive me for not being on top of my game today. I'm just putting this out there to get a couple little conversation bits in on these Habs prospects. But the line with Owen Beck. And the fact that he's actually starting on Team Canada right from the outset, he's not going to play 3 games and then he's out. Like last year, he got himself a gold medal and then bounced, right? But this year, he's starting right from day 1 with Team Canada. He's on the leadership group. He's got an A on his jersey. He's a leader on this team. You saw him get a little even feisty at the end and kind of a little chirpy, if you will. But you know what? He took the first penalty in that game too for Team Canada. Actually, they're going to call anything that even potentially looks like boarding, right? So boarding is going to get called every time in the World Juniors. What I like about the World Juniors refereeing, though, is that it's consistent, and you know what you're getting, and you know the calls are going to be made pretty well each and every time. There's no exceptions, right? So in the NHL, we don't know what hitting penalties are anymore because they get changed up all the time, it seems. And I don't know. I don't understand the inconsistency with the NHL refereeing. I may never understand it, but that's just the way it is. And it's still going to bug me. What were they calling Owen Beck's line? It wasn't like a production line or a finesse line or something like that. Oh gosh, it's gonna bug me. Maybe it'll come to me later on. But the point is that Owen Beck's line is one of the most responsible, relied upon lines, playing against the top lines of the other teams in this World Junior Tournament. And you're hopefully going to see a bit of Owen Beck's game evolve here, right? Because his production's been pretty good so far with Peterborough this season. He's coming off of an OHL championship with them this past year. And you know he wants to take another step and have another bigger role with Team Canada. I thought he had a pretty good game today. And frankly, I thought his line was, again, the most consistent. They were the most relied upon throughout the game. They're going to be one of the most relied upon lines throughout the tournament. So that's good news. Let's get to our boy Lane Hutson, all right, for Team USA. Gets an assist in his first game here against Norway, where frankly that game was 0-0 for a good chunk of it until the Team USA realized their offensive star power and just were able to open the floodgates. But you got guys like Ryan Leonard, Will Smith, you've got Gabe Perreault on there. You've got the guy who scored 2 goals for Team USA, who I can't think of his name right now. I know I'm going to suck a little bit today in terms of my professionalism. I'm not going to have every player's name in front of me. You can correct me right now. I know you will in the comments. But the point is, the U.S. has a pretty offensively gifted group of guys on that team. Ryan Leonard, who I was clamoring for the Habs to draft over David Reinbacher, and he looked good in this game. Along with, like I said, Will Smith, Gabe Perreault. There's more players that I'm just drawing blanks on right now. Like I said, I am what I am today. But the point is, the offense that is coming from Team USA side, they definitely got some good goaltending. So, I mean, in that regard, and then you got Snuggerud too. I almost forgot about Snuggerud for Team USA. These guys just have such an offensively gifted powerhouse, really, for Team USA that I think they're going to be hard to contain. However, will their defense hold up, right? And I want to talk about Lane Hutson for a minute because, yes, on the power play, he's dynamic, he's shifty. Shifty is the biggest and best way to describe how Lane Hutson's offensive game is played. He's shifty, he's hard to get the puck off of, but he's also got a really, really good stick. And not just because he stripped Owen Beck in the pre-tournament game and scored the overtime winner, which that's what he did. He put his stick down, got the puck from Owen, and then just sniped for the game winner in that game. But in this game, what I noticed mostly from Lane Hutson, not mostly, but the most offensive play that I noticed him making was that saucer pass, right? He is a saucer pass machine. He's really good at not just making a saucer pass, but making a good, accurate saucer pass. That's what I actually like to notice from Lane Hutson more than anything else in terms of what he was able to do offensively in this game. Of course, making a good play and getting the secondary assist, in this game, but in general, we're all really excited to see what Lane Hutson can become. An offensive quarterback for the Canadiens, that's what we're all excited about. Kent Hughes said himself that Lane Hutson will be signed at the end of his NCAA season with Boston College this year. So that means into 2024 in March or April, likely in March, he will be signed by the Montreal Canadiens to his entry-level contract. And that's exciting news. So for the rest of the tournament, we're going to talk more about these players because we've yet to see Jacob Fowler we've seen him in the prelim games. We haven't seen him in a tournament round robin game yet, but Team USA's goaltender, name also escaping me right now. It's escaping me, but he played pretty good against Norway. And Norway did good too overall. Give them some credit for at least staying alive. It seems like against teams like Team USA and Canada, some teams, that are lower tier in the World Juniors are just trying to stay alive in games. And finally, when those teams are able to break the floodgates open and start scoring goals, then, things open up for teams and they just keep scoring more after that, right? But regardless, you saw Mesar, you saw Beck, you saw Hudson today, and it was fun to watch all of them here in this first, taste of action at the World Juniors on Boxing Day. I hope you guys all enjoyed your Christmas. I know I did. I got a couple of pieces of Habs gear, but we'll be right back at it, guys. Lots to talk about as the Habs get back to action on Thursday against the Carolina Hurricanes. Today is Tuesday, so we got a couple of days in between. But Canada's right back at it tomorrow against Latvia, so we'll see what the boys can do tomorrow. Team Canada representing, got the Drew Doughty jersey on from my boy Brian. Shout out to him for always lending me jerseys whenever I need them and just being a great supporter of the channel. He's the best. He's an LA Kings fan. We'll forgive him for that. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for being patient with me with the different format for today and the fact that I can't remember any players' names. That's appreciated. Thank you for your support. Anyway, you guys rock. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Cheers.